Hey, good morning, hi to everyone. This is Prince Oladipo Jirola from Yoruba Torah Research Works. Yeah, today YHWH is on the throne. He is Eluiwa, that is a Lord of Existence, whom we the Yoruba call Oluwa today. Is Eluiwa, is Oluiwa. And it's YHWH, that is the creator of existence, the one that brought existence. You're really glad you know one who brought off what is free from what is not seen. So you're here Sheri. So that's the name of the Most High. So please, in His name, I want to say that everyone, please, no one should send messages about the Fulani troubles and all this agenda and everything. Please do not share those messages with me again. Please. You need to check the source of those messages, and you should even stop sending the message at all. One thing, in time like this, sharing the message could even be from the Fulani themselves. So the Fulani could originate the message and start sharing it, so that they can spread fear and terror in the land. So it will, by the time you are already demoralized and demoralize the people and the sphere, even by the time they want to attack, if they actually plan to attack, then you are already dead before they even start. So I think it is stupidity, and it is a defeated mentality for you to be carrying such message around. Even check in the Bible times when the king of Assyria came to fight Hezekiah. He said they did not want the people to hear what the king is saying, the threat. But Assyria said, yeah, they want them to hear so that they can cheat, they can die before they die. They can die before death. So it is stupidity to be sharing those messages. So everyone sharing those messages are what? Are Fulani agents. Everyone sharing those messages are Fulani agents. And I'm saying, from now henceforth, anyone that share, if you share it to me or anyone around me, you are cursed in the name of the Lord. I'm cursing you. Yes, in the name of the Lord. Anyone that shared such message with me, to me or anyone around me, as the Lord YHWH, the creator of heaven and the earth, leave it. If you receive it, let your phone be the dead end. Don't share it to anyone again. If you receive it, go and kneel down and talk to the creator of heaven and the earth. Show the letter, show it to him and talk to him, and don't share and don't spread any threat. So let it be anyone that shares from now on, the hand of the Lord, the hand of YHWH is against you. Now that is that. And please, anybody, the last person that wrote to me, I told him you should go and share it with OONI of Ife. You should go and share it with the Oyo people, with the Oyo. The king is dead now. You should go and share it to the princes and to the kingmakers in Oyo. You should go and share such messages to them, and not to me. Now, and this is the reason. Now, what is the advent of the Fulani to West Africa? Fulani, they used to be traders in West Africa. Now, when our ancestors came from Yemen around 600, 700 AD, and they came to West Africa, they were established. They came Dunoas after the war, after the defeat of the Yemen war, or Inua, which the English writers called Dunoas. When they came, he settled down in West Africa, in Leife, and then later the people from the east came down. The people that were taken captive by the Christian in the Axum kingdom, they too came down to join them, and especially Zua of Yemen, also a prince from Yemen, so he was settled down at Kukia. So Shango is a descendant of Zua al-Yemen, and later when they establish and they become very great, they were even preparing to go back to the Middle East, training themselves, making themselves strong so that they can go down back to the Middle East. So now along the line, traders, Fulanis, were coming to West Africa to trade, but then there was an evil blood, a descendant of Zua al-Yemen, which is a Shango. He started nursing ambition to take over the kingdom, and he found the Fulani who were traders and coming, and who could not really settle down and then preach their religion in the West African state. So he promised them they can practice their religion, they can do anything and whatever they want, and so but they should help him to take over the kingdom. And with the firepower of Edunara, that is gunpowder, explosive powder, so they add that with them, and they were able to convince many other settlements of West Africa to join them. The Ga people joined them. Even one of the stories I found out from the Niger Delta history showed that even the Igbos were with Shango in that time. Well, Do you blame them? It is Hebrew. Shango is a descendant of Hebrew. The Igbos are Hebrew. The Gas also they are Hebrew. So now, so the support, just like the 12 tribes, just like some tribes follow Rehoboam against, and then when the 10 tribes, when they cut off from the tribe of Judah. So now, so the same thing was repeated. So some people joined him, Shango, in that time, but yet they are not really strong enough to destroy the kingdom. But they have to play a lot of tricks to make sure that they succeeded in destroying the kingdom. And when the Fulani joined and they helped Shango in destroying the kingdom, a princess of the king of that kingdom in Ife, the younger one, there are two princesses. The younger one seduced Shango and was able to kill and brought Shango's life and story to an abrupt end. Now this Shango, Yoruba call him Olua Koso. Now if you check the history, they call him Shango, they call him Shanghai, they call him Zua of Koso. But Yoruba of today, I think it is stupidity when Yoruba call a word that was generated years before your father, maybe like many years ago. You want to use your present understanding of Yoruba to interpret it. They now said Olua Koso, that it mean he did not hang himself. No, that is stupidity. Koso is a community. It's a community where you rule. So we call Shango, so they call it Zua of Koso, but the Yoruba call it Olua Koso. Zua means Lord, and Olua means Lord. So it's Shango, Olua Koso. He is a king, he is a lord of Koso. So all those stories, useless information that the Yorubas have been bearing all this while. So it is not no, that is nonsense. So it's Shango, Zua of Koso, Shango. The Z is called Lua now. It's in Lord among the Yorubas. So Zua and Lua, that it means the same thing. It's talking about Lord. So Shango, Zua Koso, then Shango, Lua Koso. So it's the same thing. So now, so he was the one that brought the Fulani in. So he was the one that enthroned the Fulanis in West Africa. So he's the one that brought them in. Even though he was defeated, he died, but the Fulanis were not defeated. So they settled themselves, and since then they've been growing themselves. Since 1000 AD, that Shango brought them in. So now the problem here is, you want to conquer the Fulani, and then the one that brought them in, you worship him as God. Have you seen that stupidity before? I haven't seen Professor Wole Soyinka going to Oyo to go and observe Shango. Shango, who brought the Fulani in, is your God. Then the Fulani are your God. So the Fulani will always claim to be God over you, because the Fulani, the Shango you are worshiping as God, they help him. The heroship that you are attributing to Shango was not to Shango. It is the Fulani that gave it to him. So if Shango is your God, then they are God to your Shango. So they are your God, and yes, truly they should conquer you. That is stupidity of the Yoruba race and the West African Hebrews. And also Oni of Ife worshiping all the deads. And most of those deads are people that they came after the advent of Fulani, and they could not conquer them. And yet you worshiping all those things. You worshiping Ori. All the kings and their Ori, how did their Ori not eliminate the Fulanis? All those since 1000 AD. You are worshipping Ojo. How has not the Ojo helped you against the Fulanis? All those things that could not help them. Now they are the thing you are worshipping daily, sacrificing to them, shedding blood, and now that is stupidity.